Last Halloween, I made a safety mistake that could have seriously hurt my son. And honestly, I didn't even realize it until it was almost too late. On this video, I'm breaking down 5 Halloween safety mistakes every parent makes and how to fix them so that your kids have fun and can be safe. As moms, we focus on the cute, the candy, the costumes, the photos for your family, like grandma. But when the sun goes down and the streets get crowded, it's the little things that we don't think about that become the biggest safety risks. Last year, my son wore a Superman costume, and the thing about the Superman costume is that it did not have any reflective gear on it. So while he was at school and they were walking across the street, I realized that if it was nighttime, nobody would have been able to see him. Thankfully, my husband and I were right there and we were able to redirect him, so crisis averted. But in that moment, it shook me. And it taught me that safety gear has to come before curated photos for IG, TikToks, or even Pinterest picture pins. Let's get into the 5 mistakes and fixes that are easy to do on the fly. While Spider-Man costume and Superman costumes are cool, if they do not have any reflective gear on them, it is a no-go. Also, costumes that are dark and have no lights on them, they really should not be an option for small children. But that's okay. If you do have to be Spider-Man or Superman for the day, just buy reflective gear. And don't worry, I'm gonna list all the fixes in the description box below so that you can buy them in plenty of time for Halloween this year. So when you think of reflective gear, think about things that are you can tape on, glow sticks or LED lights that your children can hold, or easy to append to their costumes. That way it flashes as they're walking and you don't have to worry about no one not seeing them. Or if they get a little bit ahead of you, you can see them, which is so important when trick-or-treating at malls or in the neighborhood. You also don't want to get anything that has unsafe masks or face paints. For face masks, you don't want anything that's going to obstruct your child's vision. You want to make sure that the holes are big enough so that they can see and they can breathe. Also with face paint, it can be a little 50-50. You don't want cheap face paint on your child. They can break out, and depending on how long you are outside, you might not be able to wipe it off clean enough to reduce any reaction, especially if your child has allergies or any sensitivity. Cheap face paint you want to avoid. A quick fix for this is breathable paint that's non-toxic, and also make sure you get breathable fabrics like cotton or just any costume that can just have one piece of eye gear so that they can see, something they can lift up and put down when they're at the door or at the facility so that they can lift it up and pull it down to keep their theme going, but they can still see. We don't want them tripping over anything. And speaking of tripping hazards for costumes. You don't want to get anything that has long capes or shoes that are too big, especially for little kids. They just started learning how to walk a couple of years ago, so you want to make sure that everything is buttoned up. They can be Dracula, but make sure that their cape does not drag on the floor. If they do happen to get a large costume, just make sure to hem it up before they head outside. See if there's a way to pin it up higher or hold it for them as they're going to and from places to make it easier for them to walk. And you always want to make sure that you are test walking prior to going outside the real day of Halloween. Doing a quick walk around the house, walk around the car, up and down steps is a good way to tell if the costume is going to be suitable for them or not. Now, if your child has seasonal asthma like mine or any type of seasonal allergies, this tip is for you. You definitely want to make sure that you are checking your candy or food, because a lot of food and a lot of candies have ingredients in them, and if you don't know the name of the ingredient or what it means, you can make your child break out or have a serious reaction to any candy, fruit, anything that they get. This is the same thing with toys too. Sometimes there can be things on the products and your child touches it and breaks out. So you definitely want to make sure you're giving it a rub with your hands, that you're wiping everything down so that your child can avoid any allergic reaction. Also, I know in certain areas they have special pumpkin houses that will color the pumpkins teal or a special color to let you know that they have allergy-free options for your child. If it's possible, you definitely want to visit those places first so that you know that whatever your child is going to receive in their trick-or-treat bag is going to be safe for them. You still want to make sure you check it, but they do have a higher chance of not having anything that's going to make your child allergic or sick. Lastly, you want to make sure for door safety. Now listen, kids get so excited when they see a home with a bunch of decorations and they want to run to the door. We want to make sure for our little ones that they are not doing that. Sometimes when they're rushing to the door, they don't see all the decor or strings that could be hanging everywhere, and they can trip and fall, and that is not good. So we want to make sure we teach our little ones to wait for mommy, wait for daddy, wait for the adult, walk slowly to the door, and then make sure we're going up to the door with them, okay? So that they can get their trick or treat. But we are never going inside anybody's house. We're looking both ways before crossing the street. And if you get a spooky vibe, it's time to say bye-bye, okay? We're teaching those to our little ones, especially our little ones. Here are some pro tips now that my son's a little older that I'm teaching him that you can definitely teach your kindergartners and older as well for additional safety when trick-or-treating. Easy thing for a 5-year-old to remember is we wait for mommy, we wait for daddy. We wait for mommy, we wait for daddy. We wait for grandma, we wait for auntie, we wait for TT, we wait for uncle, we wait for an adult that came with us. If your child has any registered allergy, you are bringing that card with them so that when they go to the door, you're showing them the allergy card and they can kind of let you know whether or not that candy that they have may or may not have allergies. A lot of people do not have children with allergies, so they may not know. But if you're bringing everything for your child to ensure that if you have a neighbor and they do have a special designation about having allergy-free options, you can show them the card and they can definitely give your child something that will be in that category. Make sure to give every kid a glow stick and turn it into a fun tradition. 1 glow stick per child. That way, if you have 10 kids, you should see 10 glowing little spooky ghosts. It's an easy way to keep count of how many children you are with, but also it's something fun because kids love putting a glow stick in their hat or putting a glow stick in their shirt. So it just helps to make it a fun experience for everybody involved during the holiday of Halloween. Want all these tips streamlined in one place? I got you. I made a free Halloween safety checklist that you can download. I'll put the link below so that you can get that. And in the comments, tell me what is your #1 Halloween safety concern that you have. If this video resonated with you, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you want more information about other safety hacks that I have done, and if you want to connect with me on a more personal level, make sure to subscribe to my Substack. I will list that in the description as well, so you can come on and join the April crew. There you get to connect with me through chats. I do April answers and so much more. And in the next video, I'm going to be taking you through a realistic routine of a mom with a kindergartner who works full time. I'm going to link it here and I will see you there.